I don't remember this at all, to be honest. So more puzzling sections. Explore the Auditore family crypt. Okay. Reach the ancestral burial chamber. So this shiny thing's telling us where to go. Just want to see what's around here. Advanced war jump. I know how to do that. What is this? Venice 1296. I was raised in a small house by the Venetian lagoon, within sight of the rough foam-capped waves of the sea. When I was barely old enough to walk, I became a sailor, navigating the Atlantic first as an apprentice and then while carrying cargo for my father's patron, Monsieur Marco Polo. It was a good life. Carrying cargo for Mr. Marco Polo. Okay. Are we gonna learn about Auditore's history? So doing that gets you up a little bit higher. You kind of you climb up the wall a little bit and then jump in a direction. Okay. Ashore. One day while ashore in the harbour looking for work, I fell in love. She was barely 20, but when I looked into her eyes, the whole world was reflected back, clearer and brighter than the sun. After that, I still went to sea, but my heart remained on land with the girl who had become my wife and our young son. Well, that was fast. Just in one short paragraph, you got married and had a son already. Birthright. One afternoon that summer, Monsieur Polo called me into his study. My father was already there beside an older man, dressed in a strange hooded cape, watching us. Strange hooded cape. Yes, we do that a lot in this series, a strange hooded cape. At that moment, everything about my life changed. My father told me that he was an assassin. Removing his ring, he showed me a strange marking on his finger, explaining that our family came from an ancient order that protected and defended mankind. He paused, and then, when I didn't speak, Monsieur Polo stepped forward. He told me that a stranger in the hood would teach me, or the stranger in the hood would teach me, and in return I would carry him across the Mediterranean to Spain. And so began my apprenticeship with Dante Alighieri, one that was to destroy every bit of happiness I would ever have. Get sad, bro. You're an assassin. Get sad. I'm not 100% sure I agree with this. Like, they use historical places and historical people in these stories, which is fun, right? But then they make up this fiction for them, and they don't actually, they're not clear about where the fiction ends. And oh damn, it's timed. They're not clear about, you know, where the reality ends and where the fiction begins. And so if you're just kind of playing the game, like you read these stories, they're half true and half fake, and so, you know, you're not like, if a person, you know, if a guy just kind of plays these games and then doesn't look up the history, they get like a slightly wrong version of history. Or they imagine everything is just fictional and they don't, you know, pay attention to it. Or they imagine things might be true, but they're not sure which things are actually true. And I think that's like it's not good. Like, you know, in the Monteregione, like the fact that it's a real town, that's cool. But the fact that there's no Villa Auditore here in the real town, like there's no villa here in the real town, whereas there is in game, and so then like the line between fact and fiction is kind of blurry. You don't really know, you know, what you're supposed to believe if you don't do the research yourself. Alright, come on, Ezio. The camera doesn't really help. The camera is just kind of focused on... No. The camera is pointing directly at the exit, but it doesn't help you because you can't see where you're going. Like, you're so used to controlling the camera yourself. The first time it does this, it's just kind of really disorienting. Alright, let's try this again. Because you have to go like diagonally to like that. Like what am I doing? I can't see where I'm going. I need to go sideways and then diagonal, and you have to jump across here, across there, and then across sideways, and then here and over. Alright. It's not, I mean, it's not too bad. It's just I'm not sure why they did that. I don't think it helps. A mentor. In preparation for our voyage, Mr. Alighieri met with me repeatedly. At first, our meetings were about purchasing supplies, but soon they became about higher things, about life, love, honor, and justice. He taught me that society was set up in such a way as to control its members, to stop us from thinking, from seeing. Soon I could look past all the laws and illusions. I understood that mankind was being used by its rulers, that we, the people, deserved freedom. It was then that Dante began showing me pages from a book that Messer Polo had brought back from the palace of the great Genghis Khan. The manuscript, the codex, was about our order, the assassins. Why would Genghis Khan have it? I don't know. Alright, is this timed as well? It is timed as well. So what are we doing now? We're doing now swimming? Is that loot? And it's not loot. I don't know what I'm doing, man. No, it's too late. Too late. Alright, so that thing is timed. But how do I get there fast enough? Do I just jump in the water and swim? Is that what I do? Alright, come on, go. I would assume that this would be too slow, but it's not. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay. And now we have to climb. Why are you standing on the lever? It's you. Crap. All that. Okay, where am I going next? Where am I going next? Okay, this way, this way. Oh, the camera's not helping. The camera is stuck in this position and looking sideways. Like, go. Okay, go. Like, you see how I missed that because the camera is looking sideways. Maybe it makes more sense if you're on a controller. And what am I, like, why would you, is that loot? There's loot there. Hold on, what's going on here? Oh, you have to do that to get onto the other side of that thing in the water. Well, I made that. Barely, because I was sightseeing. But there was loot back there, wasn't there? Hold on. There was a box there. Hey. An unexpected farewell. Our planned voyage never took place. While returning to Ravenna to pick up the remainder of his belongings, Dante died. Dismayed at the loss of my mentor, I went to inform my father and Messer Polo of the sad news. Before I could even speak, I was ushered into the study, and my father, his face white, locked the door behind me. Shocked, I listened in silence as he spoke. Dante intended to take the codex to Spain where it would be safe, but he was being watched. The enemy of the assassins, the Knights Templar, still existed. I recalled the stories he had told me of the Templars, and it all became clear. Dante had been murdered. The Templars knew about the codex, and they knew about us. Shaking, my father told me to take the codex and leave for Spain at once with my wife and child. Alright, so they go into Spain, and we left behind a box on the other side of this wall. I'm sad about that. Maybe we'll get back there at some point. Or maybe I should just explore, because like where does this go? What is this? Oh, it's if I fall down and fail I have to come back, I see. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Straight through. Straight through, alright. The camera again is locked. Why would it... Hey camera, you're not helping me here. Look, this is so bad. Like you use the... I'm too slow. I'm too slow. Usually you use the camera to aim at where you're going and then you just run, right? But the way they lock the camera, you just can't do that. It's easier with the controller, I'm sure of that, because like the controller is analog. I'm using keyboard, so it's up, down, left, and right. Whereas the controller you can kind of point at any angle you like. Alright. So why would you see like that? Like I was aiming diagonally, but there was either like the angle is wrong, and I couldn't, you know, on the keyboard you can't do that. Like you don't have control over the angle. No, I highly disagree. Highly disagree with the way they designed this. Locking the camera, I completely disagree. Like, okay, here we go. Come on, come on, come on. And across. Go. Okay. At sea. We set sail that night, the ship filled with cargo to sell in the markets at Barcelona. At first all was well, then to avoid a coming storm we laid anchor on Otranto Harbour, Otranto Harbour. Cloaked in darkness the pirates came. I didn't see them until they were already boarding my ship. I hid with my family in the hold. Pulling out the codex, I ran the worn leather cover through my hands. Then I broke the spine. The pages slid silently onto the floor. I scattered them into the chests, boxes and containers I was carrying to market. The men who found us were drunk. I could smell it on their breath. When they asked for the codex, I knew who had sent them. Holding back my rage, I said that I had thrown it overboard. They started to laugh. Two held me down, still grinning, while the rest cut off my wife's clothes. She begged for mercy until her voice gave out. Once they were done, they threw her into the sea. They took my cargo and sank my ship and left me adrift, clinging to a piece of railing. I made it to the beach with my son. My wife's body washed up on shore the next morning with the tide. Man, that's depressing. But they left you alive. How would you... You had an assassin caught. And they left him alive. That's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. Oh, wait a minute, I can go back? Wait, I can go back. I feel like I want to go back to get that box. I don't know about you guys, I'm gonna go back and get that box if I can go back here as well. Hold on guys, hold on. Hold on, there's a box with money in it. And I'm gonna get it. Can I get back here? I should be able to, right? So... where... Oh, I need to go back this way. Is there a thing for me to open this door? Ah, there is. Okay. So once we've gone through, we can go back at any time we like. Alright. How to... And that's open. And the loot is up there. Okay. This way. Why would you... Ezio, why would you do that? Go on, get up. And across, and then... Okay, so there's a box there. How on earth do I get that box? Wait a minute, it's a different place, isn't it? We're not gonna get it until later. I can't get over there. Not from here. Oh, that's not really... Unless it's back that way, which is possible. That's possible too. Or I can do this? No, I can't get up from here, not like this. No, I can't do this. Alright, unless it's back here. No, this goes this way. That's completely in the wrong direction. Alright, my bad. My bad. Sorry to put you through all that, but we can't get that box from here. Unless it's through here. Isn't this thing open? Isn't this thing open? Ah, it is open. You can dive underneath it. Ah, okay. Haha, loot. You thought you could hide the loot from me? You can't hide from me. Okay, how do I get up there? Can I? Ah, okay. And then up. Ah, my phone. Alright. Haha! You thought you could hide from me. You thought you could hide from me. Nope. Give me your 500 florins. Alright, with... Whoa, hey. Okay. Okay, back to work. Back to the main thing that we're supposed to be doing. Do I have to jump through this again? I do, don't I? It's okay, it's not timed this time. And up. No, why would you... Why would you do that? At least I can do... Okay, I can do this. That's interesting. Can I not make this? Like, what if I do this? Okay. So the next thing we're doing is here. Alright, now we're back to work. Sure. Sure. I can, okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. Except the camera doesn't really help me.